This is going to be one of the most important videos I put out in this bull run. A few weeks ago in my Telegram trading group, I put up a game plan on how to capitalize on this final shakeout we may endure here in the next few weeks in the crypto market, with indication coming from both Bitcoin and Ethereum, with Ethereum really being the lead indicator on when we're about to see this possible drop. So at the moment, many are worrying about a crypto crash, a stock market crash, all these things, right? September is traditionally a bad month in the stock market and in crypto. It's the end of Q3. Well, you could have a million reasons why it's a bad month, right? And while these fears of a huge crypto crash, 25, 30, 40, 50% even, are valid, I think that they're early. At times like this, the old saying that the market is designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people most of the time comes into play. And to me, the majority of the market is anticipating a 10, 20% pullback in Bitcoin back down to 40K to get in, which I fully anticipate happening. But I also anticipate us going to new all-time highs before that happening. Because at the moment, the way that I would see you would hurt the most amount of people is that there's a ton of people still on the sidelines from 29K or 30K, whatever they sold out a little bit, and they're waiting for a new entry. They've only been getting 10 to 12% max, and anticipating the 40K, 42K level. So how do you hurt the most people? Rip the price up past the previous all-time high, get everybody bullish, everybody will FOMO back in at the top, let it ride to about 70, 75K. I have a reason for that number, and then pull a 40, 50% move once again, erasing all the gains that has been given up in the last few weeks. Now here's why I anticipate this move, and also why I'm anticipating Ethereum to be the lead indicator on when to get out. If you're going to try and capitalize on this possible move, right? If your risk tolerance does not allow for you to get left behind if the market does keep going, and I'm wrong, that is absolutely on you to consider. In previous videos, I show how we are right on track with the previous cycles and bouncing here from the 1.272 Fibonacci level. Give that a check if you haven't seen it yet. This is the 2017 bull run. This is the equivalent to where we are now in the current run in that time frame. And oddly enough, it was also in July, August time. This was our summer sell-off. We rallied up basically in the same fashion that we are doing right now, approximately 40% in Bitcoin over the course of a few weeks. Obviously, we rallied past the previous all-time high right here, and we peaked at this 1.272 level of this move. Give or take, this was 5% above. Now in September of 2017, I remember this very vividly, we had this final shakeout, right, is what I like to call it. It was a 40% drop in Bitcoin, Ethereum went down 50%, all the alts, same deal. Everybody thought the market was, peaked out, over with, going to a bear market, whatever you want to call it at that point. And then we ran into the final stage, which was the blow off top that lasted 2.5 months. In this current cycle, that 1.272 would be around $75,000, 5% higher than that would be around 80K. I'm really not going to try to, target where Bitcoin's going to top out at because it's really unpredictable, obviously. But from 71,000, a 40% pullback would drop us right at the resistance level of 42K, where this is part two of a two-part series where I'm going over the idea of a possible final shakeout in this crypto bull run for 2021. In this part, I'm going to describe why I believe that Ethereum will be the lead indicator on when to decide if you're going to try to capitalize on this possible idea, when to pull your short-term trades. In part one, I go over how we are equivalent to this area in the 2017 bull run as we came through with this short squeeze, bear trap, whatever, portion that led us to the September final shakeout. And then we ran up into the final leg up from October to December, which was the blow off top phase. While Bitcoin actually made new all-time highs during this time frame from the previous summer drop off here, during this same time frame, Ethereum came up and retested its previous high before having that correction. Once again, this is the 2017 bull run, right? So this was the June high, right? Midsummer correction, like we just saw, similar, right? This was a 60% correction, I believe, just very similar to what we just went through, 67%, okay? Then we had this W bottom right here, ran up and kind of consolidated in between the 0.5 and the 0.618 for a few weeks before returning to just about where the all-time high was before we got rejected with Bitcoin in that pull down in September, the final shakeout. And this was actually a 50% fall in Ethereum. Once again, this was a final shakeout. From there, we rallied for the next 2 months into the blow off top in December. Now at the moment, I anticipate very similar price action as most of this bull run. Ethereum has been pretty much following its previous trend. Note that I have this area circled right here between the 0.5 and 0.618 because this is where I believe that we are kind of equivalent to in the current rally before we break out and retest the all-time high. Also note this W formation double bottom right here before we revisited. This is Ethereum today, previous all-time high, our low, W bottom, double bottom, however you want to look at it. And you guessed it, we are stuck right now between the 0.5 and the 0.618. Next levels I'm looking for heavily would be right here at about $3,800, possible small pullback here before we reach the final $4,000 to $4,200 right here. Once again, this is where I'm going to be exiting short-term positions and aiming to collect back down at a 50% discount around the 236. So between $2,000 and $2,300 for Ethereum. That's where we're going to load the truck. So just to be clear, if we do see this unfold and Bitcoin retraces 40%, Ethereum 50%, the rest of the altcoins you can 100% anticipate will pull back 50 to 80% depending on how small a cap they are, how large cap, just similar to what we did in May. And if this plays out, this will be the last opportunity you have to capitalize on the most life-changing opportunity that you probably will see in the next few years.